Nice night for some riding. Holy crap, I haven't gotten to ride like at all lately. So I'm sorry for the lack of videos. I think it's been like 2 months or something. And I don't know where the time is gone. When you work really hard, it seems like all of the time just flows together, you know. If you've ever had like multiple jobs or full-time job, less school, slow down yourself. I'm not even... Does this make you happy? Huh? You happy now? Yeah. Things just blend together a little bit, and you don't realize how much time you've lost. So thanks for hanging in there with me, especially for those of you that are YouTube followers and haven't found me on any other social media. I am so sorry I've been gone so long from y'all. I've got a lot of comments to get back to, but I really do appreciate the support. It means more than you'll ever know. So I guess tonight I'm enjoying the ride. We'll see what comes to me as far as things to talk about. I've been in a weird mood that borderlines between super mushy and not. What are you doing? Really? Yeah, good job. Now you're gonna run it. Excellent. Fucking moron. People, I don't get people. What are you doing there that's so important that you can't wait like 2 fucking seconds? Good grief. Anyway, so we'll see what comes to me. There's been lots going on in my life lately. I have been doing lots of school, lots and lots, to the point that I can't keep up, which is a new thing for me. I kind of work really hard to maintain some run shit or die status, and it is running me into the ground right now. I just can't seem to get ahead on that one, because I'm coming home probably after 10-hour days at least, and turning around and probably spending 5 to 6 hours on homework, and then, you know, any other obligations. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. I was kind of thinking about it, and I've been around. I consider myself to be in a bunch of different circles. I like to be, you know, just well-rounded. I like to have lots of hobbies and lots of interests. Motorcycles, obviously my favorite one, but another big passion of mine is fitness. And not just standard fitness, but I love a lot of the bodybuilding stuff, and just anything having to do with being the best that you can be and the top of who you are in the form that you choose to do so. And so one thing I've noticed lately is a whole lot of hating going on. Like, people with dirty hands pointing fingers and shit, and it's irritating. I don't do well with that. So anyway, it's just funny to me how people are so quick to judge each other and how good they are or are not, and who's the best and who isn't, and who does things which way. Meanwhile, they're doing nothing to improve themselves. I mean, sure, it's easy to judge people that are going out and doing something that, you know, pursuing their dream, especially if they're in some fashion or form putting their life out there, because it's hard to do great things without somehow putting your life out and risking gaining some serious, you know, criticism. And a lot of the people, I don't mean to be brash, but a lot of the people that are too scared to do anything themselves are the first ones to criticize the ones that are out there getting it. Oh, well, that's, do you guys see where we are? Fuck that. This is not where I meant to go. Okay, we're gonna leave. One of those people that gets sufficiently creeped out. I know, I'm a fraidy cat. Which is ironic because all my favorite games are horror games and horror movies, but I don't know, cemeteries really, really get to me, I think. Oh, but that looks like a nice road. Although, for me, not for you guys. So we're gonna have to just go like this. Back to what I was saying, since I'm very random, I apologize for my lack of ability to stay on topic tonight. But like I said, it's a kind of a mashup. Haven't done a video in a while. We'll see if I can stay a little bit more structured. So, there's a lot of people, and I had a conversation with a good friend of mine recently, and it spurred multiple conversations with multiple people, because I wondered, I was like, am I really one of those people that think differently? Because I have a hard time believing that I'm somehow different. You know, I just don't think of myself that way. And apparently it's not a very normal thing to be so obsessed with achievement. And not only achievement in what you're doing, but achievement in doing things for the betterment of yourself and just because you can. And through the many conversations that I've had with people lately about it, because, you know, once I'm interested in something, I want, you know, I'm science-minded, I want to verify, I want extra facts and such. And, you know, it just, it really is rare, apparently. A lot of people, it turns out, don't do things just because they can. Especially if it's stuff that takes effort and doesn't have an immediate payoff. They don't have a lot of now for later kind of thing. So I'm interested. So tell me in the comments if you're this way, because I'd be interested to see how many people, and be honest, like I said, science-minded. It's okay if you're not. But I'm interested to know how many people are driven by means versus driven by self. Because a lot of the time people will make themselves better for the sake of getting to the next point in their life or getting something that they want. And I'm all down for that. Like, that's a normal human trait. That is how we're wired to be. You know, you don't waste energy going out to hunt if you're full, so to speak. But I have a hard time relating to that. And maybe it comes from an area of there's been many times in my life where I never felt quite good enough. So I was interested in bettering myself for the sake of betterment. And then it turned into betterment for any possible reason that I could have. Or no reason at all, really. Just to drive and just to work and just to be the best. Because I could, and I should, and I wanted to. And so, am I alone in that? Because I don't think that I am. I mean, I know lots of really motivated people in various forms of motivation. You know, whether it be insane fitness-driven people that are, and those, I don't know, I garner a little extra respect for those people. So for all of you that are going to start in on the whole female bodybuilders are so not hot because they're the big muscles and they're so manly and oh god, that's so gross and blah, 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 blah. Just save it. Just save it. Because it gets on my, I have no idea where we are. It gets on my nerves when people think that people should have goals that are like theirs. They should have drive that is like their own, and that they should be so consumed with what other people think. Because I see that as kind of a central thing when it comes to the when it comes to the I figured out where we are. When it comes to especially women in bodybuilding, or any kind of super fit kind of thing. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. The point is, are you driven to be better for the sake of betterment? Or are you only driven by what needs to come next? Neither one is right. They're just different. Though I will tell you, I'm slightly biased because I've experienced the rewards of benefiting yourself for the sake of betterment and not just for the sake of what comes next. Because the hard part is that when you're looking always to what comes next, you don't see what's right in front of you. And then you miss out on a lot of things. Because not only do you see the areas that you could improve upon, or don't see, rather, you allow yourself to be very externally motivated, which a lot of the time leads to no motivation if you aren't consistently giving yourself things outside of yourself to be motivated by. So if you don't have any motivation to have better health or fitness beyond yourself, you're not going to do it. If you aren't, don't get a reward every time you go the extra mile at work, you're not going to do it. You go into a scarcity mindset, okay, we're going a little slow, don't you think? We're going into a conserve energy mindset where you're like, I'm not going to do anything about this until I'm forced to or extremely motivated to. Well, the problem is that a lot of times you won't notice that you need to be motivated to get to the next level until you're already unhappy. So if you start seeking out things that will make you better just because you need to be better, you'll start doing the action and then getting the thing instead of waiting for the thing so that you can do the action. And you'll suddenly find better people in your life on seemingly accident, because they will come to you because of the caliber of person that you are. I was telling this friend, who I haven't named because I don't know how he feels about me talking about this, but like I said, science-minded. I've already talked to a lot of people just about the topic in general, so I'm sure he'll be able to appreciate that. But it's like if you're a gamer, and like an old school gamer, not the new school, because in a lot of the new gaming, it's not really motivated by a lot of level ups or anything like that. But you can't go to the next level without a new power, a new task, a new skill. You can't do the next puzzle, do the next challenge, get to the next area without, without doing something to make yourself better for the next level. Well, then a lot of people in life wonder why they don't have the things that they want. But they want things that they haven't earned through leveling up. They haven't made themselves the kind of partner to attract a certain person. They haven't, made themselves available to learning enough or extra responsibility enough to get that job that they wanted or that promotion. And they wonder why their life isn't turning out the way that they want it to, but they're not doing anything to actively chase their life. They're waiting for life to come to them. And I'm telling you, if you are one of those people, because like I said, honesty is the best policy. If you are one of those people, I highly encourage you to go out and do something about it. Because your life is not going to fall in your lap, or at least the life you want. I should be clear. The life you want is not going to ever fall in your lap. Never. Not ever. Not for any reason. Sure, things might come together in a way that you think, damn, I was lucky. I got that person, I did that job, I did that thing. But in general, the overall picture of your life, these people that people think of as so lucky aren't lucky. They didn't do it by chance. They did it on purpose. They bettered themselves. They worked hard. They did what others weren't willing to do. And they built the life they wanted through hard work and development of themselves, of their mind, of their body, of the things that they've done. I'm a big fan of Linn Bailey. And she's been on my mind a lot because it's, for those of you who don't, you know, have zero interest in any kind of bodybuilding or whatever, she is the very first Miss Physique Olympia, which is a big deal. Olympia is like the Super Bowl, it's a big deal. And that was last year that she became the very first, and this year she's going back to kind of keep herself in her title, so to speak. And a lot of people on the internet, you know, we're all used to haters, especially if you're a moto vlogger, everybody gets them. A lot of people are just saying the most fucked up shit that they possibly can to this woman, who is, you know, amazing by all standards, even if you don't find muscles attractive or whatever. The problem is a lot of us get too locked up in what somebody looks like that we can't appreciate the other things about them. It's fine if muscles aren't your thing. It's fine. Like, it's fine. It's not a problem. But, you know, people are telling her that she's just an ugly bleep, and she's so fucking gross, and she's gonna die alone, and, you know, just horrible things, just because she's a chick with muscles and a goal. It's that way in so many things in life. Riders are a perfect example. I see riders do it all the time. For being this wide family that's supposed to accept and love each other by all accounts, I've heard some pretty rude shit said about each other, which is even more funny in a community like ours. Because like moto vloggers, for example, we're pretty tight-knit with one another. So when you act nice to somebody's face and then you go and backstab them the second that you're talking to somebody else, probably not good for you, especially considering that the one you're talking to might actually really like that person. So that's some of my thoughts on that, because just in general, just betterment is, well, better. Betterment is better. And you have the ability to do it if you choose to. But, as was also pointed out to me, a lot of people without that mindset of doing just to do, better to just be better, don't know where to start with that. And I will tell you, it's not an easy journey. It's a lot of the time, it takes a lot of shots in the nuts to get you where you need to be to learn. Because one of my biggest tips for finding out areas that you need to grow is to go and ask somebody that you trust. Because we all have that friend that, you know, we kind of like them and we trust them, but they're kind of known for being kind of douchebags. And not all of them, obviously not all of them, but, you know, everybody's got that one friend that you just know. You're like, oh, that's the chick, that's the guy that is just blunt to the point of abrasive. And ask them what they think of you. Ask them, in their opinion, what are your weaknesses? What are your faults? And then go do the same thing with the person in your life that never says anything abrasive to anyone. And tell them, because a lot of people won't tell you. You have to give them permission. You have to say, look, I want you to know that I'm talking to you. You know, go out for coffee, just the two of you, something in one of those environments, and say, look, I'm talking to you because you matter to me, because I trust you. Your opinion is valid. This is going to be hard for me to say, but I give you permission, like, honestly, be honest with me. I need you to be honest with me. I won't be mad, I won't be hurt, and I won't hold it against you, but I need you to tell me exactly what you think my weaknesses are that I could improve on as a person. What are the things that I do that portray me as less of a person than I actually am or could be? And if you have a friend worth two shits, they will tell you. They'll say, oh, well, you know, you're kind of snarky, or you're jealous, or you're abrasive, or brash, or judgmental. And they will give you words that I almost guarantee you will hurt. And your first reaction is going to be A, tell them how that's not the case, or tell yourself in your own head that that's not the case, or B, or both, you will turn around and you will look at them, and you will look at every decision, action that they've made while they've been your friend, and you'll be like, how dare you say that to me? Look at all these things that you have done. That is not the point of this. That is why it takes a couple of shots in the nuts and a whole lot of humility, because it's not about them, it's about you. You ask them for their opinion about you. Now you need to take it and you need to use it, because that's the whole point of you asking them in the first place. And a lot of people can't get past that step alone because they don't like having to be vulnerable. They don't like having to give other people power over them or let other people take their inventory. They don't like it because so many people put on a front. They want to be the best, they want to know it all, you know, they want to be the coolest, whatever, but very few are willing to do the work to the point that they don't have to act. All of their actions will speak for them, and those are the people that aren't afraid to be vulnerable and aren't afraid to just let it out. And a lot of people can do that. So that's my whole shenanigans on that. As dumb as it sounds, Google is also your friend. So if somebody just gives you a word, even if you just do it on Facebook, you're like, honestly, what do you think of me? Or what's one word that you could use to describe a way that I need to grow? And you Google just that word, or how not to be that word, or personal development and that word, give you a great jumping off point. So hope this was a good video back, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that my mic and everything else did a good job. My GoPro is still recording, so hopefully you guys got all that. And I love you guys. I am gonna go and stock up on some Pepsi Max because my life doesn't run without caffeine lately. Literally, like out of gas. You guys have a fantastic night. Thank you again for all of your wonderfulness. Thank you again for all of your wonderfulness. And I will see you guys later.